Regarding Mr. Bianco running for governor, I want to say something about my attempt to recall Governor Gavin Newsom and the assertion by many people, including by a caller the other day, which we'll remind you of, that I was beaten badly. I was not beaten badly. The recall part was beaten badly. Here is what happened between a caller recently and moi. Rod is in Los Angeles. Roger on the Larry Otis Show.
Hey, Larry, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Good, good. I wonder why you're always beating down on the Democrats that run this city. You ran for governor. You didn't make it. You didn't come close. But you ran for governor. Your ideas no one agreed with. I agree in some ways that we have problems here in Los Angeles. We've had problems with overgrowth of the foliage that we have here. We've had problems with so many other things. But this has been going on for years.
Would you like me to respond? Did he hang up? Okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not going to hang up on you.
Rod, have you ever run for office?
I would be smart enough to know I wouldn't be able to do it like you should have been.
So the answer is no.
No.
No. And you didn't run because you're not smart enough?
No, I'm not smart enough. I don't have all the answers, just like you didn't have all the answers. And the people in California,
so only people who have all the answers should run for office?
They should have some of the answers. You didn't even have some of the answers.
I had no answers?
No, you didn't have any answers.
I had no answers. I had no answers. I had no answers about how to improve our public education. I had no answers about what to do about homelessness.
People agreed with you about. No, you didn't have the answers.
Okay, what did I say I would do about homelessness, Rod? What did I say?
I didn't pay enough to you.
Well, how do you know I had no answers when you weren't paying attention? What did I say I would do about our public education?
Years since you.
What did I say I would do about our public education, Rod? You said I had no answers, so tell me what I said.
I don't know.
So how do you know I had no answers if you don't know what I said? You weren't even paying attention. You just now said.
Got you.
What you ought to say, Rod, is, Larry, I really think you had a lot of guts to put your career on the side, your finance on the side, your willingness to have your personal life scrutinized to run for public office because you wanted to serve. I'm impressed. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't make that kind of sacrifice, but I really am impressed that you did it, even though I don't like your views, even though I happen to think that you're wrong about a lot of the stuff that you say. But you didn't even say that. Moreover, you don't even know what I stood for. You're calling up. You're angry that I ran. You say I had no answers, but you don't even know what I said? That's pretty pathetic, Rod. It really is. You should apologize. You should apologize. You should apologize for insulting me the way you did, telling me I had no ideas, and then admitting you didn't even know what my ideas are. What is that?
Because
how fair is that?
Your ideas did not reach the people in California.
So anybody that loses, their ideas did not reach. So anybody that runs who loses, therefore, had no ideas. So Karen Bass, Kamala Harris had no ideas. Kamala Harris had no ideas. Did you vote for Kamala Harris?
That's why she lost.
Did you vote for Kamala Harris? Rod, did you vote for Kamala Harris?
I did.
You did. She lost. So therefore, by your logic, she had bad ideas because nobody bought them. She lost. What a moron. Now, I want to address the part where Rod said, quote, I didn't come close. Let me remind you about the recall. It was two parts. The first part is, do you want Gavin Newsom recalled? And if 50% plus one had said yes, whoever got the most votes on the replacement side, and there were 45 candidates, counting myself, would have become the next governor. Part one failed. He survived it by about 18 points. That's what people mean when they say I lost badly. But let me ask you something. We had a very successful recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger recalled Governor Gray Davis. Same thing, two parts. Do you want Gray Davis recalled? The majority of people said yes. And then the person that got the greatest numbers of votes on the replacement side, and there were about 25, 30 candidates, became governor, and that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you know what percentage of the replacement votes Schwarzenegger got? He got 49%. Do you know what percentage of the replacement votes Elder got? I got 49%. I got the same percentage of replacement votes as did Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I never starred as Terminator. Now, why did the first part fail when I ran versus when Schwarzenegger ran? There was one big factor that nobody like Rod seems to account for, and that is this. There was a big name Democrat on the replacement side when Arnold Schwarzenegger ran. Who was a big name Democrat? He was the lieutenant governor of California who ran against his own boss. A lot of people wanted Cruz Bustamante to become the next governor, and that caused a lot more people to vote for the recall of Gray Davis. In my case, in the 2021 recall race that I was involved in, there wasn't a single major Democrat. Why? Because the one major Democrat who made noises about joining the recall election was L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, two-term mayor, popular Democrat, who, by the way, is very likely going to run for governor this time. He made noises about entering the recall race, and he was talked out of it by Democrat leaders who told him what I told him about what happened in the recall race against Gray Davis, that because there was a big name a Democrat in there, a lot of people voted for the recall who otherwise would not have voted for the recall because they wanted that big name Democrat to win. If you, Antonio Villaraigosa, get in this race, you will make it far more likely that the first part, do you want Governor Gray Davis to be recalled, will succeed. In which case, it's a good chance that Larry Elder could become the next governor. Do not do this. And I don't know what he was offered. I'm not saying he was bribed. All I know is all of a sudden he said he wasn't going to get into the race. That was the biggest variable between the first successful recall and the second unsuccessful recall. Without being an action star, I got the same percentage of votes than did Arnold Schwarzenegger. And consider this. Among those on the recall ballot when I ran included John Cox, the guy that ran against Gavin Newsom when Gavin Newsom got elected. A guy named Kevin Faulconer, a two-term mayor of San Diego. That's the guy that Kevin McCarthy wanted. A guy named Kevin Kiley, who's now in Congress. A guy named Doug Osee, who was in Congress. And Caitlyn Jenner, who's got a bigger social media platform than I do and bigger name recognition than I do. I got more votes on the replacement side than all of those people combined. California has 58 counties, and on the replacement side, I carried every single one except for San Francisco County, and I lost that by, wait for it, 149 votes. I got outspent 10-1. And Gavin Newsom had to spend 50% more per vote to retain his job than he had to spend to keep his job. So as far as I'm concerned, by any fair measure, it was an extraordinarily successful venture. And I think a lot of Californians now have voters' remorse for not voting for me. Economy, people leaving, bad schools, crime, budget a disaster, poor fire management, poor water management, water retention, lack of infrastructure for water. All these kinds of things came to the forefront during the fires we just now had recently. So I think a whole lot of people have voters' remorse. But please, do you think I go home at night and say, what a loser, what a failure? Are you kidding me? Thanks for watching these clips from The Larry Elder Show. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment. More thought-provoking discussions are just a click away, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.